Yo, I don't know who this creator is. I don't know who this creator is, but this is a funny little edit. This I wonder where that little dancing boy is now. Anybody got any up? Hold on, let me see if I can go back. All right, well, I don't know where that little kid is now. That little dancing. What this intro is crazy. Yo, who came up with this? Who came up with this edit? This is a good job.
You was kind, you was small.
Where does it start?
So much. I appreciate you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, so we're about to take a look at some of the crime. Hopefully, Kofu will come through, and then we'll get through this Dubai lie. How long is this thing? Pause. Let me see how long this damn thing is. Pause. To the left.
Monday.com, the opposite of any work platform we tried in the past. We tried other work management platforms, not me.
To the left. We do not care. Shout out to Wayne with another 5. He said, I went to Dubai and let someone poop on me. I'm the exactly.
Hey yo, I already see how this is gonna go. Shout out to this creator for saying. I already know she's about to spit the truth. If y'all didn't see the title is "Women Go Out to Dubai and Getting Finesse." Like seriously, in 2026, like we all know what that's about now. We all know that women go out to Dubai. Actually, celebrities go out to Dubai. Wasn't that famous rapper, young lady, Saweetie, exposed a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, about flying out and she was getting like, not I guess pimped out, sold out. You know what I mean? And she a millionaire. She's got to be a millionaire. She does shows. She got songs on billboards. She got millions of views, millions of streams. She's got to be bringing in some bread. How much bread does you need that you still need to go out to this country and be degraded and perform these acts? But
Exactly. Some bullshit. But if you not over here on YouTube, you wouldn't know. So there's other people that are like, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm like, these whores know what they don't. Child, this would have been great for Whoredom Wednesday. We did Women Wednesday yesterday. All right, so it's a carryover, okay? Whoredom Thursday. That's what we're doing today. For lunch. Shout out to y'all for lunch. Y'all go ahead and let me know what you're eating for lunch. I am having tea, and I had salmon, and I'm going to go make some rice when I'm done here. And it's definitely Face of the Earth with that girl who met up with the illegal alien and went home with him, right? And then he dumped her off the side of the bridge. These families don't know what we know about the things that we see about divestors and divestment. They don't know nothing about that. I promise you they don't know nothing about that. And then they're always like, everybody was good. And I'm not saying that people weren't good, but there's also people around here that think that as long as they deal with someone that's white or non-black, I guess, because Chao Jorge or whatever his name was in Maryland, there was no reason. There should be no connection to those two people in that particular case. So that's why people was trying to sit up here and talk about, he must have did something. And then you remember the tape that showed her walking over to his truck, and then she willingly got in there and willingly went home with him. And they just can't fathom any of that. That's because they don't know the shit that we know. Just like what we know about what happens in Dubai. There's plenty of people that really are going to be like, oh, poor black women. No. Modern women, most of them, enough of them, whores, okay? They know what they doing for a dime. For a dime, you heard?
I'm glad this is coming from a woman, a grown adult woman who got her head on straight, it seems like, rather than coming from a man. Because if it came from a man, it'd be like, oh, they hate women, they hate their moms. This woman is dropping gems. She's saying they know what they doing out here. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Let me let him finish.
And the type of guys that she was choosing. Now, these posts are on social media. Now,
says brand stuff. Child, go tell the shit to somebody who don't know. So as TSR investigates, undercover footage exposes shocking Dubai trafficking industry. Shocking, y'all. Shocking.
Nothing shocking to us.
Getting flued out to Dubai.
This is a problem globally.
Men promising them a better life, a job, money, stability. But what they really got was something unimaginable.
This one client, he books on those.
Many of them tricked into illegal prostitution, some men allegedly paying to defecate on them.
That has been happening for years.
This ain't something a normal human being, rather a whole nation craves on.
Social media calling it Dubai porta potty.
This, by far, has been the most difficult investigation of my career.
A secret industry this BBC journalist had no idea was happening until she threw on a wig and she and her team.
So I watched that documentary, BBC. It came out like 2 months ago, and this was more about young girls coming from Uganda on promises of jobs. So this is a little different. And she did go and she found out the guy, and the guy actually, his passport was taken, and he was arrested by the UK authorities because he was a UK resident in Dubai, and he had ties to Ghana, his back home country, or Uganda, I'm sorry. And he ended up, like, he was, asking girls like, hey, do you have a passport? I have a job for you. And unfortunately, one of the young ladies was thrown out of a window and she was unalived, and her family was crying and nobody gave them any type of update. And this journalist went there and she found out what was going on, and she actually found him and tracked him down. So it was a very good documentary.
They went undercover to find the man reportedly behind it.
It really made me enjoy this one.
What types of women were they looking for?
Young women.
They died mysteriously after falling from high-rise buildings in Dubai.
There's a feeling that these cases are not being investigated properly because they're young, Black, African women.
I'm Justin Carter, and this is...
I got black fatigue.
So this is a little bit different. If this is what she's reacting to, you got to go watch the documentary for yourself. A lot of these girls are very young, and they are leaving the country to go seek jobs. So they were told to be a receptionist, they'll work at a hotel, they'll work at a lounge, and so they'll post the videos of them actually working. Then after like a week or two, sometimes instantly, their passports are taken from them, and then they're forced into this other life where they're like, hey, you need to do this. I brought you all the way out here, and you need to do this with this man. And they sell these women off to these men. So this is different. Some of these young girls were tricked for opportunities. They're trying to take care of their families back home. So this is not the same as an American girl trying to live up the lifestyle and running over there and saying, oh, I'm going to give me a prince. They all think, I don't know who tells these women that you're about to leave from your projects or from your ghetto. And now just this prince that you don't know anything about the country, and you're going to go over there and just marry a prince and it's going to live happily ever after. I don't know where they get this fantasy from. This is the real life, not Disney, right? But
right now, yeah. The reason why this is not being investigated properly is because they're young black women. It's not because it's in a completely different country. It's not even because they just chose to go over there. They were willing participants. They always are. Like, just because you want to be a whore over there, the laws are not the same. We know white women do the same shit. Like, I hate to say it, but we know enough white biatches do the same damn thing. But of course, all of a sudden, which is what we was basically just talking about with the Maryland story, now it's got to be disproportionately affected. How about you disproportionately stop being whores? That'll work. How about you go get a a job and work instead of being on your back or being on Instagram or being on OF or telling somebody out loud on camera that you need to give me some money in order to do.
She making some valid points. A lot of women be quick to say, you need to give me some money before anything. Or everything need to be paid for. You know, straight up, like you just met the person and everything needs to be paid for. I don't know where that mentality comes from either. You know, I mean, I know y'all seen it. It was on social media all 2024, 2023. List of restaurants that women didn't want to go to, like Applebee's and Red Lobster. It's so bad to sit down and eat and have a conversation with somebody. But, you know, times change.
We don't know what we're talking about, y'all. We new to this over here. No, you're new to it. We already know. Ain't no victims in this shit. Remember that one last girl who wasn't black that she may have been Hispanic or something, but she was out there and then they did whatever they needed to do and then they tossed her onto a building that wasn't even built, like just tossed her aside. Y'all, why are women so stupid? Like, why are y'all so stupid?
My thing is, you're going over to this country and you don't even understand that the laws are not in favor of women over there. They don't have any women's rights over there. The women there have very little rights, if any. And they are fighting for it and they get it little by little. I think they're the first country over there now that the women can drive. I think they could drive now in Iran. I know they could drive in Jordan. I've seen women driving in Jordan when I was there. But yeah, like, what will possess you to go to a country where you don't even know the laws? Did y'all remember that young woman in Texas who was arrested and detained because she was screaming and yelling at a guy after she got into an argument, and they had her in jail for like 3-4 months, and her mother was on a Texas news station like, oh, why they not getting my daughter this, they're not releasing her, they took her passport. In that country, in Dubai, that country that these women are going to, you can't yell at a man. All that back talk, you can't do that. So she yelled at a man in an argument because she got into a car accident, and they threw her in jail. So if you can't even yell at a man over there, what kind of rights do you really think you have? But they, you know, this is not told to y'all. Another thing that's not told to y'all, and there are plenty of stories on it, all those women don't get all that money. You can't carry a certain amount of cash through the airport. They're not getting wire transfers after getting pooped on. They're getting cash. And guess what? They go through the airport with cash as they're leaving, and the cash gets confiscated. Bet you know why they told you that either. Go look at reports of women who said that, yeah, I was supposed to get $50,000, $70,000, $100,000. I done got peed on. They done defecated all of my mouth, this and that. Right, so you're coming back with all this trauma, all this crazy stuff that happened to you, and you don't even got the money. How many times they come back and say that? They don't. But you can't tell people nothing. They gonna still jump out and do whatever they want to do. They're gonna blame passport bros for some strange reason. They're gonna blame men over here for some strange reason because they don't want to pay all your bills. But look at the type of person that you are. You'll sell yourself out. You'll sell yourself for a few $1,000s, some Instagram photos, and you might not even possibly make it back alive.
It boggles the mind. You think that you matter? You don't matter here. You think you matter over there? I ain't even just talking in Dubai. I'm talking about any other country. Y'all don't even realize how much freedom you have here to be the whores that you are, to be out here saying all the crap that you do. And you think amazing. And you think that carries over into another freaking country. And you think that people are supposed to care for you in another freaking country. And you think that people who you agree to the terms are caring for you. You are a paid item. At the end of the day, you are a paid item.
She talking nothing but facts. But this not going to get 1 million views. I want to look at the comments after this.
I am so sick of this dumb shit. I am just sick of it. Thank you, boo. He said, Laugh Out Loud reporter said B-Dub's getting flued out. Child, you can't make this shit up. Where are we living, y'all? Because I'm telling you, this is ridiculous, as y'all already know. Shout out to Coast. I appreciate you said this MF makes it hard to be a lighter. Child, any ABCD, no shade, not that it matters. You can't say anything because then that means that you're an obic. Child.
TSR Investigates. So before we get into it, roommates, for more TSR Investigates, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the Shade Room's YouTube channel for new episodes of this show and more.
Dubai Property, the idea that influencers are being flown to Dubai to satisfy a particular fetish of men over there, wealthy men in particular, and that's the fetish of being defecated on, or the reverse.
What you're about to hear and see, it's despicable and it's graphic, but BBC investigative journalist and producer Renako Selena knew she had to do something about it. She said about 3 years ago, she noticed the hashtag Dubai Porta Potty. It was floating around TikTok participating in lewd acts with men in Dubai, many identifying the woman in the video as 23-year-old influencer and model.
Are we just going to ignore that part? And how the hell did TikTok allow that to be on a platform? They so conservative, allegedly. So she was participating. But now we want to act like that this is some diabolical scheme that she was forced. First of all, you said she was an influencer too. That's half of it right there.
With men in Dubai, many identifying the woman in the video as 23-year-old influencer and model Monica Karungi. But it turned out it wasn't Monica in that video. All of this, though, reportedly led to Monica falling from a high-rise building in Dubai not long after. And the gag
is this the story we was talking about? That fake granny? Yeah, they threw a white woman overboard after she was flown out overboard. So I'm assuming you mean a boat. But yo, this might be the girl.
No, it's not. Two different stories. But what I want to piggyback off of, threw a white woman overboard after she was flown out. There's another story, right? On Reddit or Instagram, TikTok, whatever. A woman, white woman, was talking about how she went out there and she agreed to it, and it was rounds and rounds and multiple guys defecating on her and all that, right? And so the guy, she wasn't enjoying it. She was like, oh, it's getting too much. So the guy told her, he said, listen, you agreed to this. We knew you was going to do this, and you won't get your money if you don't act like you like it. So imagine smelling feces. Stinks. So you can't even stay in the bathroom. After you finish using the toilet and flush the toilet, the smell could be that bad. You got to air it out, spray air freshener. Imagine 4 or 5 guys around her defecating on her, smeared in her face. And she has to pretend to like it to get her money. And guess what she said? She said she couldn't do it after a while. And the guy was, okay, you got to get out. Bye. And we're not paying you. Because she didn't act like she liked it. They wanted her to like be all involved. That's, first of all, it sounds disgusting. What? Do you hear any of them stories? These women come back from there traumatized, mentally messed up. They don't talk about that. Some of these women come back from there and commit suicide because of the trauma that they endured. All the nastiness that goes on. And this woman's right on this channel. They don't care about you. You're a paid object to them. It's...
I thought she was non-black. I thought she was like Spanish or something, Hispanic or something.
Dubai, many identifying the woman in the video as 23-year-old influencer and model Monica Karungi. But it turned out it wasn't Monica in that video. All of this, though, reportedly led to Monica falling from a high-rise building in Dubai not long after. And the gag is...
How did she fall from...
This is amazing.
How does somebody saying that it's her cause her to fall from a building? Y'all, we got to pay attention because I'm finding things that don't make no damn sense, okay? Lord help your people. These guys in the building, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you, boo. He said, imagine getting tricked into getting shit. You already know window tricks around here. These people knew what they were doing. The love of money, shout out to the OJs, is what's more important than anything in the damn world because these people are lazy.
Is the same exact thing happened to another woman 1 year earlier.
The whole process was incredibly nerve-wracking.
It was a 2.5-year-long investigation. Runako Selena shocked that so many content creators were speaking on Monica Karungi's death.
Became enthralled with the glitz and glamour of becoming an influencer.
Is this what it's come down to for a Birkin bag?
But didn't have the full story.
The narrative goes that Monica was one of these women who were willingly engaging in this, and she was doing all this stuff. Why would people feel so comfortable saying?
Please miss me with, oh, I want to bring you over to Dubai so you can work at a shopping center, and y'all gonna tell me that that sounds normal and sounds right. You're not gonna sit up here and have somebody say, I can get your passport, I can get your driver's license, I can get you an ID card, and just come on over here so you can work in a damn supermarket. Please stop this.
Thank you.
Please stop this. If y'all not gonna raise your kids,
Yo, so let me tell you a quick story. Cause I didn't know she was reacting to this BBC news story, and I suggest you go watch it. I did watch it. It was really interesting. That young lady's story is tragic because she did lose her life. Rest in peace to her. So I go to Africa frequently. The last time I was in Kenya, I was in Mombasa, Kenya. That's on the coast. I love it out there. Beach, hot weather, it's beautiful. And I met a young woman. We hung out a few times and we kept up on WhatsApp. And she told me, like the last time I said, hey, I'm coming back to Kenya. Are we gonna be able to hang out? She tells me, oh, I won't be here. I'm going to Dubai. I said, what are you gonna do in Dubai? You got your degree? No, I don't have a degree. My friend works as a secretary there, and she's out there and she's doing fine, and she's gonna take me. I said, okay, your friend is a prostitute. She was like, oh, why would you say that? I said, your friend with no education is not getting flown to one of the most expensive countries, cities in the world to be a secretary. I said, your friend's not telling you that they took her passport and now she's probably in the clubs getting prostituted by men. If she's very pretty, right? She's like, oh, that's not true. I sent her this documentary. I said, you need to be careful because once you go there, they're going to take your passport. She was like, oh no, that's not going to happen. I said, okay, whatever. I said, I guess, let me know how Dubai goes. I'll be in Kenya. You know what I mean? I told you I was coming. So I get to Kenya, hanging out for a couple days. She messaged me, hey, did you still come to Kenya? I'm like, yeah, I'm in Nairobi right now. I don't know if I'm going to get to the coast. Nairobi's the capital city. Crazy nightlife. Clubs open till 4, 5, 6 in the morning, even later sometimes. And I was like, oh, no, I thought you were supposed to be in Dubai at this time. She's like, no, it didn't fall through. It didn't work out. I didn't go. I'm like, okay, cool. So fortunately, she didn't go and have to experience craziness. And again, I don't care what anybody says. I don't think her friend is out there as a secretary with no degree, like with no real formal training. And her friend is probably showing her a bunch of bullshit, just like this young lady was showing on her Instagram. This young lady was showing her, go watch the documentary. This young lady was showing her Instagram on the beaches and in the nightlife and the clubs all along, getting prostituted out. Watch the documentary because the guy who got her out there and who finessed her, and there was more than one guy who got the process going and did have her living up in an apartment. Yes, she was living in a nice apartment, but she was working for that apartment. Trust me, because the other women who he had was talking how they had to do all these things with these men, and the guy was bragging about it. He was like, oh yeah, the investigator, they had a guy go and message him, and he's like, yeah, the girls will do whatever you want, we just have to pay more, it's fine, they're open, they'll do it. And these girls didn't even know what they were signed up to do. Like, they'll just get a call like, hey, you gotta go meet this guy. Next thing you know, this guy's doing all this crazy stuff to them. And they're not even getting the money. The guy who's pimping out is getting the money. He gets the cash. He's literally pimping them. I'm glad he was arrested. But yeah, man, check out this story on BBC. It's real interesting stuff that's going on around the world. It's not just happening here in America. It's happening all over. There's women from all over with these opportunities, quote unquote job opportunities, and you got to be careful. But again, just think about it. When you were growing up, what your parents told you: if it's too good to be true, it is. This is basic. Not everything's free. You're not gonna get free stuff anywhere. Nothing is for free in this world. You have to work for it. But I'm in on this, man. I like her intro. This is a good channel. Matter of fact, let me show y'all her channel so y'all can go follow her. This is a good Messy Micon or Michan Reacts. Hold on, let me go down so y'all can see it. Yeah, go check out her channel, man. Let me try to move it over for y'all, cause her channel, this is interesting. Yeah, check out her channel. This is a good interview. Good reaction. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. it.